That didn't come through at all on my end.
Doesn't need to.
No, I know. It's just funny to see you, just as you smack your hands together, but not at all.
Oh, most of the time they don't see it. It's a shame.
There's a whole wind up and everything. Welcome back.
I might make it appear. Welcome back. We'll see.
To the Lousy show.
See what I can squeeze out of it. So it was a good 3-second pause. So I think I can, because it's 5 seconds for the intro. So I think I could squeeze 2 seconds extra into the intro.
Yeah. Yep. Had nothing else to go with that. So, yep. Go for it, buddy. Do whatever you need to do.
Just let me live in my world, man. Just
I do all the time. All the time. Hope you all are doing well. Welcome back to the show. If you're new here, yes, this is the kind of banter you get with a podcast. Very random, very sporadic, but we do stay on topic because we can't be too lousy. So if you are new, subscribe to the channel, like the video. We greatly appreciate you being here. If you're returning, welcome back. Good to see you again. Today's gonna be a fun little episode.
Yep. First off, new hat. Before we talk about that, we got some other stuff to talk about, but just got to point it out.
Yeah. I think I've worn the same hat since we started the show.
I think once or twice you've worn something different, but it's very rare. You wore the Santa hat for Christmas the first year,
but I was still wearing my hat underneath it.
Yeah, I think once or twice. Oh, and then you've done the Can't Please Them All hat sporadically.
Oh yeah.
Especially more early on. Lately, since we've moved, it's been the wage war hat. There's no no other.
That's
hat.
Hanging up right there.
Yep. Is it retired or is it just taking a break?
Undecided. This is the first hat that I've worn that actually fits comfortably. Outside of that one, I usually wear snapbacks. This one is a dad hat, so different style, but it fits well.
Looks good on you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
You know
what else looks good on me? Into the AM, baby. That's right. That was a good one. That was a good one. Y'all already know what it is. It's Into the AM. Proudly partner with them. Rocking their gear every episode for y'all. If you'd like to check out some of their stuff, you can go to the link in the description or in the pinned comment, intotheam.com/lousy. Again, intotheam.com/lousy. And when you get to their website, it's a cool little thing waiting for you. What does it say?
It's a very cool little thing. You go on there, pick out all the stuff you want. Get whatever sales they're running. And then if you put in our code Lousy at checkout, that's LOUSY, you get an extra 10% on top of whatever other sale they're running. So you get to save even more money and look really good once you get your stuff. So why wouldn't you? So go check it out. Links in the description and the pinned comment. intotheam.com/lousy.
What he said. intotheam.com/lousy. Go check it out right now. And also, if you've been here before, I ask you to go in the comments and say this with your chest. Fuck honey.
Whole chest.
Uninstall that shit. Take care of your favorite creators. Don't use honey. It's bullshit. But with that, yes, back to the hat. But no, this is actually it. It is.
The hat is actually related. We're not just. It's not just a shill thing, for the sponsor part.
No, 100% not. No, this y'all seen what hats I wear. I usually wear that one because it does fit, but that one's also been broken in for a long time. I got that hat in.
Had it a long time, almost 10 years, right? 8 years, something like that.
Yeah, it was.
I want to say it was 2017, 2016.
I want to say it was 2016. I can tell you real quick. Hang on.
Joe goes on an adventure.
Yep. Yeah. If I go back to where I think, because I remember I went to the show before I was married.
Yep.
I'm trying to
We're
place
still
it.
on an adventure.
We are. 2017.
I nailed it first time.
Yeah, I believe it's 2017. I'm trying to find a particular picture. I'm going through my my personal account right now because I know for a fact that I posted a picture of when I went down there because they had just flooded like the day before, and we were concerned that we weren't gonna be able to get in, but the venue wasn't touched, so that was like,
oh, nice.
Like we were like, yes. Oh, found it. Bang, got it. 2016. Yep.
It's a long time.
That's what it was. Yeah, 2016. So, I'll tell you how long ago it was. For those of you who are fans of the band Wage War, phenomenal band, by the way. Most bands, like, especially when they get big, they don't deal with their merch anymore. They usually have like a merch dealer that like goes on tour with them and they take care of that kind of stuff. They have like a tour manager and things like that. No. Oh God, why can't I remember his name? Jesus, I'm terrible about this. Who's in the band? Overview. We're just gonna go to their wiki. I feel like it's like
banged in the process.
Yeah, Brighton Bond. That's what it is. Brighton Bond is their vocalist. He's the one who
how bright the screen was for a second.
Brighton Bond sold me that hat.
Nice.
Yeah, like he personally sold it to me. Like he did the merch deal. He sold it to me and even told me himself, like, I know, some guys say this to, hype up their fans and whatnot, but he took a second to actually talk to me. Cause I also, as we talked about, I've played music and I was playing music at the time. And he actually like stopped and talked to me a little bit at their merch, like table.
Nice.
That's how long I've had that hat. Like that hat has memories with it. It's gone everywhere with me. It has been on many an adventure, and the fact that it's still holding strong to this day blows my mind. But getting this one, Kubla Khan is a band who I've seen live twice now, and actually no, three times. Sorry, I completely forgot about the first time I saw them here. I've seen them 3 times. They've gotten better every single time I've watched them, and dude, like I had to show support. Like I didn't get any merch from our favorite band, more specifically your favorite band, because you are madly in love with them. I didn't get any from them just because Kubla Khan actually had their prices by their merch. Killswitch Engage did not. So I was like, I don't want to get there and be like, yeah, let me get this shirt and this shirt. And then they're like, okay, that's $120. I'm like, oh. Yeah, no.
It would have been that much.
Well, I bought a shirt and this hat and it was $70.
Still up there, but still better, yeah. It's not bad. It's honestly for modern like concert and show merch prices, not bad.
No, not bad at all. And it was a gamble on the hat too, because when I got it, I was like, fuck it. Like it's $30 for the hat, but at the same time, like if it doesn't fit, I'll give it as a gift to our buddy who went with us. Because he's got a smaller, cranium than I do. But no, it fits. I do got a big head. But it fits. It fits very well. Surprisingly enough. But that's, that was just a footnote on how well that night went. So for those wondering, we had to switch up our recording schedule a little bit because as of today, this was what, 5 days ago?
It was last Sunday when he went, which is our normal recording schedule.
Sorry, as of recording this, it was 5 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was his previous Sunday. As of release, it was technically 2 Sundays ago.
Yeah.
So I went to go see, so I went to go see Frozen Soul, Fit for a King, Kubla Khan, and Killswitch Engage.
It's a fucking banger. That sounds like a fucking
That
banger.
that lineup was so good. Frozen Soul, I've never really listened to before. They're definitely more death metal, but they were incredible and had one of the best pit calls ever. Well, one of the best pit calls. Dude gets up on his stage box, and he was like, he goes, I don't know if y'all could tell, but I've kind of lost my voice a little bit. Just getting over being sick. But here's what I need y'all to do. I need y'all to get ready for this next song. Because this next song is about Godzilla and his gargantuan fucking balls. Drag your balls in this pit. This is... And I was just like, woo! It was just so good, dude. And like, they killed it. They were absolutely awesome. Fantastic. Just old school death metal. Just like, you know, the kind where you're just grooving, dude. You're just in it. Then Fit for a King. You and I have seen them. I've seen them a few times. Absolutely crushed it. Absolutely killed it. I mean, they kill it every single time.
Yeah,
and they ended their set. They ended their set with God of Fire. Whoa. And dude, when I tell you, oh my God, I was about to break out of pit retirement.
Yeah.
Like,
I know you're saying that you're considering it going to the show.
Well, I will say I kind of did. But I'll explain in a moment why. But at Fit for a King, they absolutely crushed it. And I remember for them, they were just like song. They did great. But I remember there was a part in the set where, what was it? There was a part in the set. Oh no, I remember. So where I'm standing. The theater I went to is the Midland Theater, and the Midland Theater is the entire floor is pit, but it's tiered. So on the bottom tier you have where the mosh pit happens. Then it's a step up, and there's a railing that goes across each tier, so people can be in the pit and see above the people in front of them to see the stage.
That's cool.
I'm dead center, and I look to my left, and on Tuck's side of the stage, he's jamming. You see this person's crowd surfing, and you don't see any security. And the next thing you see is this person's feet go up.
Ooh.
And they disappeared. And I watched Tuck immediately bolt. And he points, and you see all the security guys standing over to the far side. They weren't even trying to catch people. He went the fuck off on them. I mean, the fuck off on them. Mid-set, dude is still jamming. Like mid-song, still getting after him. And I saw him be like, what the fuck are you doing? Fucking catch them. Like, I was just like, hey, he's right. Like, you got to be ready for those things at metal shows, dude.
Yeah. I remember my most recent show, awesome show. It was a little bit of a weird lineup. So it was Catch Your Breath, Alpha Wolf,
Ooh.
Dayseeker. Who else was on that show? I'm blanking. Anyway, this story relates to Alpha Wolf. Alpha Wolf's a fucking sick band, and they throw the fuck down. Like it was a pretty mellow show, you know, Dayseeker and Catch Your Breath, and then they come out and they got that fucking crowd moving. It was impressive to see for what should have been a, you know, otherwise relatively chill show, and so they get people moving, get the and you know, I was very impressed with, you know, just everything. I hadn't really seen them live before, so very impressed with all their presence. The very next show actually kind of blew up a little bit. I saw a few clips on TikTok where I think it was either in Seattle or somewhere in California. I can't remember exactly, but they were playing the show, and there's a big security dude in the front, and the singer kind of like steps past him to kind of ride the rail a little bit, like,
Yeah.
he's just kind of like out of foot. Guy sees it, freaks out, grabs his leg and yanks him down. And they had already been dropping people all night that were crowd surfing. Like, they weren't properly catching people, just like what you were saying.
Yeah.
The guitarist of Alpha Wolf, the guy with the long hair, wears the mask, grabs his guitar and throws it at the security guy. And then they like almost get in a huge fight, and everybody has to like kind of chill the fuck out for a second. The security guy leaves. They continue the show, but I immediately was like, man, that was almost our show. But
Yeah, dude.
yeah,
I actually have a horror story that I witnessed similar to that. I think I've told you this story. So I don't think you and I have ever on this channel discussed the horrific so-called festival known as the Blue Ridge Rock Festival.
no, not in any kind of length or detail, or like you've alluded to your hatred
Yeah.
of
Okay,
it. But it's never been put out there really.
So I'm going to take us back a little bit for a second. This is 2019. Okay. So, back when the world actually spun correctly, pre-COVID, all that good stuff. The podcast that I was doing at the time with my buddy Pap, I'm not going to say the name because for reasons, things happened with that show, not with Pap. Love you, Pap. We were there. We got invited to be the official podcast of the Blue Ridge Rock Festival. We got backstage passes. We were able to interview any and all musicians, artists, bands. Actually, I got to interview Jelly Roll before he blew up. That was cool. Yeah. And so, which I would love to have him on our show. Oh my God, dude is such a fucking kind soul.
Oh yeah,
So I remember I Prevail was playing. And for anybody wondering, if you're staring at the stage, I'm going to paint the picture for you for a second. When you're staring at the stage and the band's facing you and they're playing, we are over on the right-hand side in behind the sound booth. This particular stage had access on the front of the sound booth, or the front of the stage, which is left sound booth, and on the back of the stage, which is right sound booth. We meandered our way over to the front because we were told, hey, you'll see a taped line. That's a line you cannot cross. The band is only allowed past that. And then, roadies and such are allowed past it during changeover. That's it. Cool. We didn't pass the line. We didn't in any way try and break the rules. Didn't do none of that. So we're there. Pap, wild animal of a man, goes, yo, the camera's rolling. He goes in the mic, music's blaring. So it's kind of like one of those like live segment moments that we were going to put in the show. And he goes, you know what I've never done? I've never crowd surfed before, and I think this is a great time. And I went, fuck yeah, it is. And so he hops down the stage and he asked the security guards, he was like, hey, I'm going to hop up here. I just need y'all to throw me. Because he didn't want to go all the way to the back and try and crowd surf up because he knew he wasn't going to make it in time. He was like, just try and throw me. I'm going to get like about 6 rows back, and then they're going to turn me around and bring me right back up. So he does. Gets up on the rail, throws him off. He lands on the crowd. Woo, he's crowd surfing. He's having a fucking blast, dude. Kid in a candy shop. Like, I'm talking. I think there's only been like 3 other times I've ever seen this man this happy. He's comes around, and this is when I realize, oh fuck, they don't have a security guard posted up at the center of the rail. They had 2 on the far side to usher people out who are crowd surfing in, because the way it was set, they had photo pit in between the barricade and the stage. Most festivals have this, not uncommon to see. They have photo pit, and then directly beyond that is a walkway that is fenced off with like taller fences to guide people out to go back around behind the crowd. They have those two security guards who helped him out. They walked back to their post. No one's there to catch him. I see this, and I have about 2 seconds before he's on his head. I jump off the stage, and as I jump, I see out of the corner of my eye, I see Brian from I Prevail yeet himself off the stage and catch Pap upside down. And he immediately turned and was like, "Are you okay?" And like Pap's like, "Oh my God." Like, he was like, You're supposed to be up there. And he's like, "I know, are you okay?" And he was like, "I'm great, put me down." And so Brian sets him down. Brian turns around and you just see him. You couldn't hear what he was saying, but he's just like going off. And that's when Eric turned like on the next song before he went. He was like, "Hey, I'm not going to start the next song until we have some security guards up here catching people. Cause dude just almost died. Like, what are y'all doing?" This is where we found out that how poorly they were trained for this. They put 2 security guards each side. The very next song, the security guard catching people in the middle where Pap was, broke his fucking ankle.
Oh, shit.
You want to know how? He wasn't a security guard. He was just there to enjoy the show, and they asked him to help catch people.
That's a lawsuit and a half, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, that was a nightmare.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Great show, though. I Prevail killed it. But, yeah, that was a moment where I was just like it's so important. And this kind of goes along with something I want to talk about this. Concert etiquette on multiple fronts, dude. Like, security guys. I've helped with security before. I haven't been like hired by security, but I've helped run security things, like just be part of a detail, especially at concerts. If it's a metal show, know what you're getting into. We're a bunch of nice people, but we like to throw our bodies around in very, very aggressive ways.
And like, no rules posted on the wall or on a sign somewhere are going to say otherwise. People are going to crowd surf. Doesn't matter if it's against the rules. It's going to happen.
Do you remember Lamb of God, dude? Lamb of God, when we went for your birthday? The security guard in the middle of the pit?
That, like, yeah. Like, you would think, especially because, like, we saw Lamb of God in their hometown on home turf, right? Everybody should know who the fuck they are. But that guy didn't.
Yeah. I remember him trying to stop everyone at the end of the show too. For anybody wondering, Lamb of God plays a song called Black Label. And during Black Label Live, it's just like, and they are winding up the people, man. It's their last song and they're about to crush the fucking building. And they always have a wall of death. Randy splits the crowd right down the middle. I hopped in on the wall of death because I remember tapping you on the shoulder. I was like, "Bye," and just took off running. And yeah, you looked like Woody from Toy Story, like, "So long, partner." Yeah. And dude, I remember getting in the front line and locking down and like kind of like in a 3-point stance. And there's a person across me, and he's like locked eyes with me. He's like, "Yeah, let's go." And then all of a sudden, security guard. We're like, "Oh, you're fucked." Like, don't do that. Just don't do it. We will take care of ourselves. If there's one group of people that I have found that absolutely takes care of themselves, it's metalheads.
Yep.
No, bar none. Like, even at the show that I went to for this, Kubla Khan had 2 different moments where they had to stop their set. Not for fights. It's because people just got overheated, fell out in the middle of the pit. What happened? Everybody in the pit stopped immediately. You had like 3 people waving them down, and the others were trying to fan the dude off and like, get him up and slowly like, help him out. And old Honeycutt, their vocalist for Kubla Khan's like, "Hey, everything all right out there?" yeah, 1 second. And like they're fanning them off. He's like, yeah, that's right. We take care of our own people. That's right. Like, that's exactly it. We know what to do. Like,
I remember seeing, there's a bunch of different bands, but I can't remember if it was either Betraying the Martyrs or Volumes were playing. I can't remember, but
both phenomenal fucking bands.
Yeah, really fucking good. And I wasn't planning on pitting. I ended up pitting, but I was wearing my glasses, forgot my glasses existed, and inevitably I got yeeted in the face. They get yeeted off my face, and they're just gone. And I fucking like kind of dazed and confused for a second. And I realized like, oh shit, my glasses. And the guy that accidentally hit me, he stopped me. He's like, oh shit, sorry, dude, are you all right? And I'm like, yeah, just, I don't know where my glasses went. The pit stopped and helped try to find my glasses. We couldn't find them. They were fucking gone. They were in the nether or some shit. I don't know. But metalheads really do take care of their own. And there are some kind of unspoken yet known rules of the pit.
Yeah.
That should be followed.
I will say this, there's a caveat to this. We have evolved as metalheads.
Yeah.
The reason I say that, you bring up one band in particular that you just said, Volumes. Sam and I saw Volumes a long time ago.
Yep.
In the back courtyard of a coffee shop.
Which is nuts to think of, dude. Like,
I'm gonna break down the band list for this show, dude. Volumes opened the show. The Contortionist, Lionheart, A Plea for Purging, and Arsonists Get All the Girls.
That should be in a fucking a venue, like not just like a little one, like a fucking stadium. But
I'm gonna tell you right now, this what would you say was the size of this courtyard? Because it was like a triangle shape. It was like this.
Yeah, it was like at its widest
entrance
point was maybe 30-40 feet, like maybe. Possibly. Like,
yeah,
and then it comes down to about a 5-foot gate.
Like, fuck, I had a pen. Where was my pen? There it is. Okay, let me try and draw this out real quick. All right.
Shout out Drowsy Poet. I miss it, dude. Not that it exists anymore, but
okay. So here you go. This looks like a pizza.
You're not wrong, actually. Yeah.
This was a gated entrance that never really opened. This was just
it only ever opened once, maybe, that I can recall, but like it was very rare.
Yeah. So like over here was like a CC's Pizza, and this was like some little shop. The coffee shop entrance was right here. You went in here, and then you went through a doorway right here that took you into this into this courtyard, right? This area was where the bands would park back here, and they would funnel their stuff in and out. This little corner was where, oh yeah, shit.
In the middle of the fucking courtyard.
Yeah, there was a tree right here.
Yep.
There's a tree right here. Bands would set up right here and play. Mind you, this particular show was a national traveling act, and they're playing in this. And then people would stand along back here and up in here, and then pit around the fucking tree.
There were some circle pits around that tree, and they were always so fucking legendary.
Yes.
Although we had a lot of people like either sprain or break their ankle on the curb of that tree.
And I remember distinctly, and I say this as a caveat of us taking care of ourselves. This particular show, I remember distinctly one important thing. Lionheart, true hardcore, like a hardcore forefather, if you will.
Yep.
They were playing, and I remember I was two-stepping like a motherfucker. I was getting down, and the next thing I know, out of the corner of my eye, I see a big motherfucker's hand coming up like this, and I see another motherfucker kiss concrete. And as soon as I saw that happen, dude who hit the concrete, two of his buddies swung back at the motherfucker who hit him, and this whole fight breaks out. So much, in fact, that Lionheart's merch girl, sweet as can be. I remember talking to this chick. She was as sweet as can be. But I watched this woman take her hair off and get ready to beat a motherfucker's ass. It was the most legendary moment I've seen in a show, dude. She without hesitation went, oh fuck no. And I mean, it was, the hair was in the fist balled up that she was swinging with, dog.
Yep.
She was about to whoop someone's ass with her hair. And I remember like they had to stop the show and the vocalist Lionheart was like, hey y'all, we all in for a good fight. We all in for a good fight. I tell you what, let's all be family right now, and then we go take it out to the parking lot. And guess what? I'm opening up the bets. I got $5 on this motherfucker right here. We'll get all the bets going, but let's finish this fucking show. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And then the best part, everybody stopped fighting. They were like, shit, all right, say less. Like, let's finish this shit up. Like, but it worked. So hey, look. Sometimes some angry motherfuckers get angry at other motherfuckers, and then you watch shit beat someone's ass with hair.
There's just such weird beef between like the RVA kids and everybody else, basically. Like, like it was such a weird, like, looking back on it now, like we're all like, you know, hey, let's just all fucking get along and enjoy some fucking awesome music. Back then it was a lot of angst, dude. I don't know what it was, but.
And I'm curious. So if anybody's a metalhead out there who watches us and you remember going to shows like, what, 15 years ago? God damn it, that hurt to say. Holy shit.
I gotta go. I gotta check on my 401k.
Yeah, bro. Hey, look, I'm calling the retirement home, dog. I'll see you there. Like, if y'all remember going to shows back then, let us know if it was like this for y'all. Because for us, there was this division. Sam and I were a part of the metalheads, the guys who push pit, the guys who listened to like Trivium and Bullet for My Valentine and Killswitch Engage and maybe even some heavier stuff, you know, but it was a lot of like, whereas you had this other side that were the hardcore kids, the kids who showed up in fucking, you know, hockey jerseys, and you know they threw down in the pit. You know, I'm not getting mad at anybody. They like to dance. I dance a little bit too. It's a lot of fun. It's a great way to get some stress out, because if you look at a motherfucker and say, hey, I'm sorry you're here, but I got some shit to sort out, and you punch a motherfucker, they're gonna understand.
Not wrong.
But there was this division where you had all these hardcore kids, and then you had us, and every fucking show it was a turf war for like a year and a half.
Yep.
If you saw, like, if you got to a show and the metal kids were there first and then the hardcore kids showed up, suddenly you would see other metal people show up because they called in the cavalry. And then these hardcore kids would get their asses beat in the pit. Like, they would try and throw down, and you'd see a bunch of guys just swarm and start pushing, like having a good time. And then the exact opposite would happen. You'd have hardcore kids at the show first, and then the metal guys would show up, and then all of a sudden this entire fucking minivan of hardcore people comes out like a fucking clown car. And it was every fucking show.
Yep.
And I remember, do you remember when we finally put the pin in it? You were there.
I mean, probably. I don't know exactly which scenario you're talking about.
I'll name drop for a second. So this was after Gravelmouth.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The show after that, the hardcore kids are there, metal kids are there. I walked up to Jennings and I said, hey, I want to talk to you for a second. He comes over to me. He's like, what the fuck do you want? I'm like, we got to stop this shit. Gravelmouth was too much. And he was like, yeah, that was too much. I'm like, why can't we all just get along? Like, that the pit, the floor is big enough for everybody. Yeah. Like, let's just have a good time. We all like the same fucking bands. We're this isn't fucking West Side Story over here, you know? And sure enough, he was like, yeah, no, you're right. And we put the pin in it. He went back and told his people. I went back and told mine. That night was a little rocky because everyone was kind of like on edge. But I mean, hell, I became great friends with a bunch of those hardcore kids, like Jennings, Laurel, Michael, Like, I to this day love him to death. Haven't seen him in a long time, but absolutely love him to death. Have nothing bad to say about him. Like that's like the evolution of that. And then after that, everything was great. Everything was great.
At least in like that, that general circle. I'd be interested to see, you know, like what's the modern version of that, if there is one, you know.
True West Side Story up in the fucking pit.
We're gonna make our own version. It's gonna be called like the Drowsy Poet Story, and then
brother,
it's just gonna be that, but like a metal musical.
I miss that fucking coffee shop, dude. Totally off topic.
They had made some banging coffee. I remember the fucking maple bacon donuts, dude. Oh,
yep.
It changed hands a couple times, but the OG guy and then the one after that.
You want to see a picture of me from back then? Future Sam, remind me to get the picture of me eating the sandwich at Drowsy Poet. Y'all go see beardless me. So, yeah, It was awful. That place was so great.
Yep. Like, I know, of course, the building in the courtyard still exists.
Let's find out.
I wonder what's there.
Is it still open? No.
Yeah, I think I had heard
the very first thing that popped up. Wait. That's not the Drowsy Poet.
I'm sure there's other Drowsy Poets.
No. It's saying there were two in our hometown. Okay, here we go.
Oh yeah. There was what enough like. Oh, we'll talk about that part later. I'm pretty sure there was another one.
So the one that we went to was over in the station by the mountain. The one that this is saying is over on Lakeside. Oh no, this is definitely closed.
I remember hearing it closed a long time ago, but
2014.
Yep.
Damn. 11
it was like
years
right
ago.
as I moved. Yeah, couldn't think of it.
Man, shout out to Nathan. I miss Nathan. He was good people.
Nathan was good
Damn.
people.
We're going down memory lane over here. So, forgive us. Enjoy the stories.
You're gonna watch us have a midlife crisis,
right? But no, the last thing I'll say, because for concert etiquette here, this happened at the show. By the way, Kubla Khan fucking killed it. Killswitch Engage. I'm gonna stand on 10 toes and say this for a long time. I was always concerned. I love Jesse as a vocalist, but I was always concerned of how he would handle his vocals live, because I've seen him play live on his first stint with Killswitch Engage. Never got a chance to see him after that. Oh my God. This man killed it, dude. Absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely crushed it. 10 out of 10. Killswitch Engage, just, they never miss. They are always incredible, always fantastic. Beautiful show. And brought a tear to my eye at the end of the show. I did not realize this was 25 years of them on the road. 25 years of Killswitch.
Yep. I think that was the whole concert point, right? Or the whole tour.
Yes, it was. I didn't realize it until they started playing, I should say.
Oh, okay.
You want to know what they ended with?
I think you told me and I already forgot.
My Last Serenade.
That's right. Yep.
Dude, when I heard the oh my God. Jesse goes, this is our last song. This is a song that we got to introduce to you all 25 years ago. Fucking sing it with us. And I'm just like, I'm gonna try. Oh, so good, dude. But last thing I want to talk about with concert etiquette, and this is very, very important. For the love of God, if you're going to talk about somebody, make sure the music's loud enough they won't hear you. Here's what I mean by this. And also, short people, I'm sorry. Okay? I'm going to say that now. I'm sorry. You're going to hate me in a second. You'll see why. We're watching the show. Fit for a King is on, right? Myself, two friends there. We're all very tall individuals. The shortest one amongst us is 6'2". So we're all very tall. Our buddy in the middle, he realizes there's a very short lady behind him. I would say she's about maybe 5'4" on a good day. 5'5" because she was wearing her Doc Martens. He goes, hey, should we let her in front of us? I'm like, fuck it, why not? You know, we're right by the rail. She can see better that way. All is well. All is well. That's it. Let her in front of us, so that way she can see. We go back to enjoying the show. Then we realize a few minutes later that a dude who was in the pit was there with her. He just left her to go to the pit. That's fine. Not a big deal. People there at the show are all there to enjoy the show. Yes, I understand there's creeps out there, but the people that are around us were very much just in tune with the show. This guy comes back. This is the part where I say make sure the music's actually playing to where no one can hear you. Because in between sets, this guy leans into her and says plainly, are you safe? And she goes, yeah, why? And he goes, oh, you mean these middle-aged fuckers right here aren't trying to get in your pants? And points at us. I hear it. My buddies hear it. And we all went. And look at this motherfucker. There's 3 of us and 1 of him. You got stones, my dude.
Yeah, you got some big old fucking cojones, dude. God.
Yeah. And she goes, I hear her say, no, they just let me up front so I could see. And he goes, oh, I'm sure they were trying to do that just so they could fucking bang you later. What?
Is he trying to white knight his way into like, what the fuck?
That's what it felt like, because she was not giving him the business. Yeah. She was, at one point he tried to put his arm around her and she was like, and I'm like, honey, are you sure we don't need to step in for you right now? Like, what you mean? But this is where I'm going to say this. Granted, it's not her fault, but short people, I ain't never fucking letting y'all in front of me again. I ain't dealing with that shit. Fuck no. Fuck you should have gotten there earlier. I'm sorry. Nope, not on me. Nah, because I'm not catching a charge for a motherfucker being stupid when all I was trying to do was be nice. So
yep.
Don't do that shit. Especially the concert, man. We're all there to enjoy the fucking show. Don't be shitty.
Yeah. I've heard things being said about us / me / whoever every time we go. Every single time. And it's always some snide comment that they say just a little bit loud enough so that you hear it. It's always like, oh, I wish I could see better, you know, or some shit along those lines. He can't hear anything I'm saying, which is
I'm going to hear this later. I can see you've changed the topic at this point in your lips. I can read your lips enough.
I'll read your lips. Anyway.
I know you well enough to know you weren't carrying that thought that far.
I was almost carrying it that far, and then I realized what you were doing. So
it was a curl in your lip.
Yeah.
it's when you went.
But yeah, I mean, I'm a big dude. You're a big dude. We hear it every time. We can't fucking help it. I'm not going to stand at the back just because genetics were a little different. I'm sorry. Like,
well, that's like, look at when we went to see Barry Tomorrow. You may have said this while I was deaf, but when we went to see Barry Tomorrow, the concert venue we went to had a flat pit floor, and then there was a rise up, and the piece behind it was like, what, 6 feet above it? Like their head was coming up to where the floor met. So we're standing there, but even then we're at the railing, and you and I were leaned on the railing. And even when we were standing up, nobody complained. Like, because people knew it's like, oh, we should have gotten here sooner. Yeah, no shit. We could have been standing at the stage blocking everybody else, but we didn't.
Yeah. Hell, even when I went to see Dayseeker, dude, they had that pit was interesting. I was telling you about it. They had 2 areas. One was adults only, so you can have alcohol. And then the other side was like the main pit. We were in the adult side, but there was still like a pit in the adult side, just not as big a one. But so they had it kind of like Drowsy Poet. The bands were kind of in the corner. And so they had like the corner. I'm trying to find a way to like visualize this. So they had like the corner, right? And then they're like, basically the split was right down the middle, and there was a walkway for security to be able to go back and forth, and then crowd surfers do whatever. So we were on like this side. It'll probably be the other way when I flip it, but fuck it, whatever. but I'm like on the gate. There's not many people behind me. We're in a good spot. We're pretty close to the stage, but there's really not many people behind me. This fucking bitch with a stupid fucking hat on was like walking by. I think she was leaving to go get pizza or something like that. She bumped into me. She was like, "Oh, excuse me," and I was like, "Oh, no, no big deal." And she was like, "Sorry, I just can't see around you. You're so tall." And I was like, "I what?
We all got here at the same time, bitch. Like,
Why does that fucking matter in this interchange? Like, you accidentally bumped into me. You said sorry. I said no problem. It should have fucking stopped right there."
yeah, people will do that, man. Look, Sam, I'm echoing your point. We cannot control how big we are. Like we are tall as shit, right? I will do what I can to accommodate enough, but motherfucker, I'm not putting myself at the back of the fucking venue just because someone can't see.
Yep.
We all knew doors at 5:30, shows at 6. Doors at 5:30, shows at 6.
We lined up at 2, bitch.
Like, yeah, like,
yeah.
But yeah, that's just concert etiquette, man. Be nice to everybody. Go have fun. But that's all I got.
That's all I got too.
I love the trip down memory lane, by the way. That took me way
always
back.
fun. Yeah.
That was nice. Well, as always, let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you have nothing else to say, drop your favorite emote, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and we'll see y'all on Thursday.
Bye.
Bye.